In the previous episode, we attempted the Primordials, which is the final boss in Thorium. And in this episode, we're going to try and kill them, but I'm a bit, in a weird spot. Okay, so let's go over this. I do plan on trying to kill it, but let's change some things out first before I do anything else. I think I am going to go back to using the Magneto Grip because I want to try and potentially use these lizard kunais because I feel like I don't have enough of these white dwarf cutters and I don't want to do that stupid event again, and I want to be able to make some Doomslayer coins or Doomsayer coins to actually summon more of the boss. So I'm kind of like in a weird conservation spot. Most of my damage is coming from this Angel's End anyways, so I don't know. I feel like maybe I can put this back on, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I really like my star. I like being able to move with it, but yeah, I think overall, the first couple attempts, I'm going to leave things as they currently are. If I feel like I need more damage, I'm going to throw the ninja emblem on. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's also talk about two things. One, I recently put out an absolute banger of a video. It's been like a handful of days, like 4 or 5 days since the last episode, but actually, I'm not even sure about that. Has it been that long? I have no idea. Time is a flat circle. So, yeah, one thing that I wanted to say was that I made this awesome video that I was really excited about. And what ended up happening was I wanted to talk about entering that painting competition and do it in such a way that it, gave it justice. So I took the time, I did that, and it came out so good, and that video is popping off. It's probably the video I am most proud of on the channel at the moment, and will continue to be so for some time. It deals with, crunch, like preparing for something, under pressure and under duress, almost. Definitely under some kind of tension, lots of tension, and like how to improve yourself. And I'm really happy with the themes of that video, and everybody else seems to freaking love it. So if you haven't seen it yet, go look at it. It's called I entered a Warhammer competition and won, or something like that. I don't remember the exact name. It's been a few days. Second thing is, we just had Hurricane Helene go through, do a bunch of damage. Still damage is there that people are recovering from up north, but where we're at, it just kind of scooted right by. The worst we got was I lost internet, and that sucked because having no internet for 3 days really sucked. It meant that I had to hotspot my phone and upload a bunch of really short things being like, hey, I got nothing. Here's my video for the day. I'm gonna ramble for a minute, and then that's it, because I don't have enough hotspot data to be uploading, a full 20-minute video. So I did that. However, it's the 1-2 punch, baby. We got another hurricane coming on in. It's in the Gulf. It was a category 1 or a category 2, and then over the course of 2 hours, and went to a category 5. And this sucker is unprecedented. It is going west to east through the Gulf, which normally it kind of curves up. This one's just coming straight at Florida. It's the biggest FU to Florida we've ever seen. And poor Tampa is about to get hit again. They just got hit by this other one, and now they're going to get hit by this huge one. The big 1-2 punch. And we're on the opposite side of the state, on the north side. So generally, we never have any storms hit us. This is the worst case scenario for us with a Gulf storm, where it's going to come through potentially at full power and just smash into Florida. We've hunkered down. We've got everything. I took the trampoline apart about an hour ago. Not all the way apart, just the legs and the safety cage that goes on the top. Took that off, flipped the thing over, and anchored it down. And if the storm continues to come at full power, because they're not sure if it's going to come out of the category 5 or go down to a 2 or a 3 by the time it hits. Yeah, if it continues at full power, I'm just going to run out and throw some sandbags on the top of it too. Then it's not going anywhere. But we live on a hill. We're not worried about flooding. The worst that we're worried about is the idiots around us in our neighborhood won't tie down their crap, and that stuff will become missiles. We're parking the car in the garage and everything. We're safe. We're going to be fine. But I have to prepare for the fact that I might lose the internet again. I might lose power for a little bit. This is a huge storm in my area. Again, doesn't really get big storms, so we got to prepare for this as a potential several day event. So I'm going to record several episodes now. I have Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred launching very soon from me making this video. So I got to get all this stuff done before that happens, because I got to get that video done, and I got to push and play on that to get that stuff done. Anyway, so it gives you an idea of like, I'm feeling very stressed out right now. There's a lot going on. So I'm going to sleep here. I'm going to take a breather, and we're going to try the Primordials. All right, let's do this thing. I'm not going to do like the crazy flying that I did last time, I think. I'm just going to... Because I did so well on that first attempt fighting this, that I want to just kind of hammer that in a little bit and attempt to do it just as well as we did last time. This first one was so easy. I'm going to switch to the lizard thing. Where's it at? There you are. Again, we're conserving our ammo on these, I think. That's why I'm using this like more crappy weapon that I have better options to, but I just feel like I don't want to farm out the other options, right? We're going to go ahead and hit him with a little bit too. If I can just get the fire guy dead right off the bat, that'd be pretty nice. Not expecting greatness, you know? Just trying to get a little bit done here. Yeah, I definitely don't need the throwing glove, I think. I think the throwing glove is a bad idea. Because I'm not going to be able to take effect with any of it. Like, I'm not going to be able to pick up any of the stuff that's falling. Do I want to keep using this weapon? No, I want to go to this one. I actually don't mind not pushing these guys very deep into their health pool to avoid their crazy abilities. What I want to do is make it so we have the option of, like, as soon as the fire guy is dead, just like burning these guys with one of the main weapons that we got, one of the big weapons. I think that's a better way to do it. All right, here comes the fire guy. I'm going to continue to use this weapon to kill the fire guy off. Oh, first bit of damage, just this one. All right, let's go ahead and finish him. Burn, burn, burn. Gonna kind of go in a circle here until he's gonna do his little wave in a second. Here it comes. All right, we'll swap back to this weapon. I'm gonna use the other one to finish this water guy off for sure. I gotta use my teleport to get away from him. Okay, got back to this guy. Let's go ahead and go full ham. Maybe the other white dwarf one that I got is better. I'm gonna use this to ping on the water guys. Going up and down with the earth guy is not a bad idea. Because if I don't get hit, at least. All right, I'm gonna swap to this to kill this guy off real quick. Because I want to be able to use the other weapon on the other guy. Oh my goodness, it took so much damage. It is 220 damage. That does 220 damage. That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness, this last phase is so stupid. I hate this boss so much. It was going so well up until that. I don't know what to do with it. It feels really dumb. Don't like this boss at all. I don't understand how this boss does 349 damage with one attack. It just kind of feels absurd. Even if I was at full health, right, that would put me at 600. That's half of my life. Over half of my life in one attack. That's absurd. Even if I went more defensive on this stuff, it wouldn't help. That's actually stupid. I hate to say it, But I really think this particular boss fight is showing its age. What I mean by that is they made this boss fight long enough ago that it feels dated. It feels like someone who first made their very first boss fight in like a mod. Kind of like how do we make this cool multi-phase fight, right? You kind of like overdo it a little bit with the damage because you want it to be difficult. Difficulty does not necessarily mean it has to have high damage, right? It doesn't work like that. So it feels a little absurd, in my opinion. Okay, here's the deal. I got one more of these Sayers coins left. If I don't beat the boss the next attempt, I'm done. I'm just not going to finish this Thorium Blazer. This will be the end. Because I don't have patience for bad design. I just don't. And the more that I play this boss, the more I realize it's just not good. And that's fine. It's okay for it not to be good because they're reworking a lot of the stuff in the game. They're going back and they're touching up the thrower, for instance. Also, having to wait until nighttime every time is absolute stupidity. I hate that. That it's bad in vanilla Terraria a lot of the time, and it's absolutely terrible in mods. Don't do that. Absolutely don't do that. And I know I'm complaining, and I know I'm rage quitting on this, but I just don't got time for it. I think perspective helps a lot because for me, it's like I hate comparing this mod with Calamity, but Calamity does have some excellent boss fights. But I think the better example of this is Fargo's. So Fargo's Soul mod, their boss fights are absolute insanity. They're not quite like the Calamity Infernum mod stuff, which I actually think are kind of unfair, just the way that they design those bosses. But I think the Fargo stuff is like so excellent in boss design that even it has the Dark Souls issue going on, or not issue, it has the Dark Souls spirit, or the which I guess makes sense because it's called the Fargo's Soul mod, and even though you're collecting souls in the game, you get it, right? But when it comes to those boss fights, you're constantly chipping away at the damage and just kind of figuring out like the patterns, because it is all, aside from maybe a couple bosses, it is mostly pattern based. And if you can get that pattern down, it is beautiful. This is also pattern based, but in a way that it is so punishing that it's not even fun. It's not even a fun pattern to begin with. And then when you screw up the pattern, you don't even feel like it was fair, because it's like that. This isn't a hard pattern. I just made a mistake. Like, stop. Like, at least make it a hard pattern. I don't know. It's hard to put into words, like the way that I feel when I don't want to participate in a boss fight anymore because I feel like it's not well designed, while also being infuriated that it's not well designed, because the rest of the mod is pretty great. Like, let's look at the boss list here. I think the Forgotten one could use some work, but theoretically, it's a cool fight. I think that, where is it? The Beholder is awesome. The Borean Strider. It's kind of like an easy early hard mode fight, but it's cool. These are, what they are. I don't think they're great. I think they could use some work. But then you've got like the Queen Jellyfish, which with its rework is pretty cool. I enjoy it a lot. And the Grand Thunderbird is also awesome as a first boss in a mod. I think that Primordials show their age, and they definitely need their touch-ups in. And I know that they're working on it, so I'm excited to see what that ends up becoming, but I just am not excited to continue doing this fight right now. As opposed to, like, Supreme Calamitous, I know that fight is difficult, and I have rage quit that fight once, and that was with the Rogue, where I just didn't finish it, which is fine. It was too difficult for me at the time. I moved on, and I've killed it multiple times since. So it's not like I'm unable to do that fight. But I think Supreme Calamitous is a good example of that, of being a very difficult fight that they have reworked at least more than once. And every time they do it, the fight gets better. It still remains difficult, but it gets better. Yep, I'm done. I hate this fight. It's so stupid. I think it could be really cool. I think the concept behind it, like having the three, like the earth, wind and fire kind of thing, is a cool idea, but it doesn't, it just, the theming doesn't continue in through that second phase, and the second phase is terrible. I just don't understand it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think, let's take a step back. Let's forget about this fight for a second. The reason I don't want to do it is honestly not necessarily to the fight. It's more to do with baseline Terraria. I do not want to do the pillar event ever again. I hate that so much that I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go farm for these materials, and I don't want to install new mod because that usually breaks things for me. So I'm just like, I'm keeping it the way it is. I just don't want to do the pillar event. That's really where this fight, like that, the thing that is killing this fight for me is that's the underlying current here. That's where my rage is coming from. All right, so with all that aside though, I thought Thorium was great. I really liked the thrower. It felt kind of like a rogue, and the rogue was pretty fun in Calamity, but I do feel like as soon as they come out with the new thrower update, I'm jumping in, I'm checking it out. Whether or not I make a video on it, we'll see. But I'm excited to see how they revamp it and kind of give it a different flavor, because this also, and I know that you guys have seen it too, because I've seen your comments on it, the thrower does kind of feel like a product of old design as well. So the fact that you're seeing that with both the Primordials and the thrower, it gives you an idea of like, yeah, they need to get in here and shape up the mod to feel a little bit more modern, like with all these other mods that we're getting. And that's the thing with development oftentimes, is that, you know, as the water rises in the mod development scene on Terraria, so do all the ships. All of the mods, in order to remain at a competitive level with one another, not that they're making money off it usually, they do need to kind of step up their game as well. And some people just don't have the time. It's totally fine. Some people just don't have the time to get in and update their mods as often as others. The Calamity team is very large, so it happens pretty quickly. Fargo's team is really good at what they do, so I'm just like let them cook, you know, take their time. And then you have like the Starlight River team, which, where's that thing even at, you know? I haven't seen news on that in a while, and that mod is freaking excellent, but that's because it's on a whole other level of like what they're doing with that mod. So yeah, it's fun. All of this is a lot of fun with Thorium, but I feel like I'm looking forward to their next big update. Let me know what you thought of this series down below. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go jump over to our Calamity Ranger playthrough, and we're gonna finish that one off. October is gonna be really busy. I got Vessel of Hatred today. I've got Dragon Age Veilguard at the end of the month. Like, there's a lot going on here, so keep an eye out for more Terraria stuff. As soon as that Ranger playthrough is done, I think I'm gonna jump into Fargo's. So yeah, I would like to return to that, to some absolute insanity is what I call that, and it is some fun insanity. With all that being said, thank you guys very much for watching all the way through, for supporting me over the summer through all the difficult stuff that I've been going through. But with all that being said, we shall see you all next time.